Have you ever noticed something strange? The more you explain yourself, the more people sometimes expect from you. You explain why you're busy, why you said no, why you changed, why you made a decision, and somehow the explanation never feels finished. Here's the truth most people discover too late. The problem isn't always that people don't understand you. Sometimes the problem is that you've started believing you need their approval before you can trust yourself. The Stoics understood this struggle thousands of years ago, and they had a powerful answer. By the end of this video, you'll discover 10 Stoic lessons that can help you stop over-explaining, protect your peace, and rebuild your self-respect. Most people are taught that being understood by everyone is the goal. So when someone questions us, disagrees with us, or misunderstands our choices, we immediately try to fix it. We explain, we defend, we add more details. We hope that if we just find the perfect words, everyone will finally see our side. But there is a hidden cost. You can spend so much energy trying to convince people that you forget to live your own life. You replay conversations. You question your decisions. You feel guilty for choosing yourself. Stoicism offers a different perspective. It does not teach you to stop caring about people. It does not teach you to become cold or silent. It teaches you to focus your energy on what belongs to you, your choices, your actions, and your character, because your peace should not depend on controlling someone else's opinion. Let's begin with the first lesson. 1. Stop seeking everyone's approval. Think about the last decision you made that you knew was right. Maybe you needed rest, so you declined an invitation. Maybe you walked away from something that no longer matched your values. Maybe you finally set a boundary. But instead of simply making the decision, you started explaining. You apologized. You gave reasons. You tried to make everyone comfortable with your choice. Why? Because many people quietly connect confidence with approval. Psychologists describe this as relying on external validation, where your sense of confidence becomes too dependent on how others react to you. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that some things are within our control, and some things are not. Your choices are yours. Other people's opinions are not. So before you explain yourself, ask, am I sharing this because it helps someone understand, or because I need them to approve? That question can completely change how you communicate. But even after you understand approval, another challenge remains. A simple word that many people struggle to say. 2. No doesn't need a debate. For many people, saying no feels uncomfortable, so they soften it. I'm sorry. I wish I could. Maybe another time. And before they realize it, a simple answer becomes a long explanation, not because anyone asked, because disappointing someone feels difficult. Research on assertive communication suggests that healthy boundaries are associated with better emotional well-being and lower stress. A respectful no is not selfish, it is honest. Seneca often emphasized thoughtful and measured speech, not endless justification. Sometimes the strongest answer is also the simplest. No, I won't be able to. That's enough. But learning to say no becomes easier when you understand what you are protecting, your emotional energy. 3. Guard your emotional boundaries. Imagine your emotional energy is your home. You wouldn't give every person a key to your front door, but many people give unlimited access to their peace without realizing it. Some people ask questions because they genuinely care. Others may constantly push you into defending every choice you make. Emotional maturity means learning the difference. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that peace comes from governing his own mind rather than controlling external events. Healthy boundaries are not about rejecting people. They are about protecting what matters. The next time someone asks you to justify yourself, pause and ask, am I helping them understand me, or am I trying to prove my worth? That small pause can save you from hours of unnecessary emotional exhaustion. And once you create boundaries, another question appears. How do you prove your character without constantly talking about it? The answer is simple. You let your actions speak. 4. Let your actions speak. Have you ever noticed that the most respected people are often not the ones who explain themselves the most? They don't spend every moment defending who they are. They simply live according to their values. Over time, their actions create their reputation. Marcus Aurelius focused on living according to principles rather than chasing approval from others. The lesson is simple. Instead of spending all your energy proving your character, spend that energy building it. Your actions eventually answer questions that words cannot. Consistency creates trust. Integrity creates respect. And sometimes, becoming more consistent with yourself changes how other people see you, which leads to something many people struggle with. Not everyone will like the person you become. 5. Your growth will make some people uncomfortable. This lesson is not easy. The version of you who always said yes, the version who never created boundaries, the version who constantly explained everything, that version may have made life easier for certain people. So when you change, some relationships may feel different. Psychologists have observed that when people change established patterns in relationships, others may need time to adjust. That does not automatically mean you are doing something wrong. The Stoics believed your responsibility was to live with virtue, not to be liked by everyone. Growth does not always receive applause. Sometimes it creates resistance. And when that happens, your greatest strength is not winning every argument. It is knowing which arguments are not worth having. 6. Use silence wisely. Silence is often misunderstood. Some people think silence means weakness. But Stoicism views self-control as a strength. Not every criticism deserves your response. Not every misunderstanding requires another explanation. Some people genuinely want clarity. Others simply want a reaction. If you respond to every challenge, you give every person access to your attention. Choosing silence at the right moment is not running away. It is emotional discipline. But silence alone is not the goal. The deeper goal is building a stronger relationship with yourself. 7. Build self-respect before seeking approval. Here is the hidden habit behind over-explaining. Sometimes people explain because they are afraid their decision is not enough. They want someone else to confirm. Yes, you are right. Yes, you made the correct choice. But borrowed confidence disappears the moment someone disagrees. Real confidence grows differently. It grows every time you act according to your values, even when nobody applauds. Ask yourself, if nobody agreed with this decision, would I still believe it is right? If the answer is yes, you are building something stronger than approval. You are building self-respect. The Stoics believed character matters more than popularity, and once you stop depending on approval, another fear begins to lose power, the fear of being misunderstood. 8. Accept that some people will misunderstand you. This may be one of the most freeing lessons. Not everyone will understand your choices. Not everyone will see the world the way you do. Many people spend years trying to correct every misunderstanding. But there is something you cannot fully control, another person's interpretation. What you can control is your own character. Epictetus taught his students to focus on what belongs to them. Someone else's opinion does not. Sometimes the healthiest response is not another explanation. It is continuing to live according to your values. That is not giving up. That is choosing your battles wisely. And this leads to a deeper realization. Some conversations were never about understanding in the first place. 9. Stop arguing with people who want to misunderstand you. Not every disagreement starts with an open mind. Some people ask questions because they want to understand. Others have already decided what they believe. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. It describes the tendency to pay more attention to information that supports existing beliefs, while overlooking information that challenges them. This is why some conversations never move forward. The Stoic response is not anger. It is awareness. Know where your energy can create change and recognize where it cannot. Walking away does not mean you lost. Sometimes it means you understand your own priorities, because the final level of confidence is realizing you do not need to prove yourself everywhere. 10. Let your life become the explanation. Imagine living with so much consistency that your character speaks before your words ever have to. You stop rushing to defend every decision. You stop panicking when someone misunderstands you. You stop feeling responsible for changing every opinion. Instead, you keep showing up. You keep acting with integrity. You keep living by your values. Over time, your actions become your reputation. And even if some people still do not understand you, you can remain at peace because your self-respect no longer depends on their approval. That is the quiet confidence Stoicism points toward. Not arrogance, not emotional distance, just the daily practice of living according to your values. Because eventually, the strongest explanation of who you are is the life you consistently build. The goal was never to stop communicating. Healthy relationships need honesty, clarity, and respect. The real shift is learning when an explanation creates understanding and when it is simply an attempt to earn approval. Speak clearly, set boundaries, live your values. Then let your actions carry the weight of your words, because the moment you stop trying to prove your worth to everyone else is often the moment you finally recognize it yourself. What is one situation where you realized you were explaining yourself too much? Share your experience in the comments, and if you want to build more emotional strength through Stoic wisdom and modern psychology, subscribe and watch the next video about developing unshakable self-respect.